Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Chuck, what's good, bro? But anybody don't know about crypto, there's a variety of different ways that you're actually able to trade crypto. So you can actually hold crypto long term, or you can actually day trade it. Um, and how you're able to actually day trade it is, like I said, signing up with a broker. So if you guys look in the description, there is a broker that you'll be able to sign up with, the one that I use and stuff like that. All right, so for Bitcoin, this is something that I actually spent a lot of money for somebody's course, and they actually showed me this theory that they essentially have on Bitcoin. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that it is or isn't going to happen, but I don't see why it can't. All right, so I'm gonna just take this off and I'm gonna zoom out real quick. So anybody that's been, you've been hearing about Bitcoin, seeing about Bitcoin, whatever the case may be, if this actually plays out and y'all own this, y'all gonna be, feel me? Just thank me later. So right now, this is the hourly time frame. So basically every candlestick that you see right here is an hour worth of price. As you can look over to the right, 50 minutes, right? As it's about 8:10. All right. So basically for Bitcoin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a weekly time frame to zoom out to really show you guys the whole entire picture. And you can see I already have some of this stuff marked up because I'm just essentially just waiting for Bitcoin, right? And then after this, I'm going to show you guys Solana, which is going to be a lot more cheaper, and you can basically essentially get way more coins. And I want to say probably more bang for your buck, if that makes sense. Like in the crypto world, a lot of people call Solana like a poor man's dream type of vibe. So just because the price is lower. So you can see Bitcoin right now sitting at 64,546. So that means if I want to buy one whole Bitcoin, I will have to purchase or have $64,549 to have one whole Bitcoin, right? So now, if I was to have one whole Bitcoin, let's say at $64,530, right? And it essentially starts going up, every dollar that it goes up will basically be my profit. So if it goes from 64,500 to 74, right? 500, how much did I make? I made 10,000. You get what I'm saying? So essentially what people do is they buy like bits and pieces. So let's say, people ask me, how do I buy Bitcoin? I want to buy Bitcoin. It's like, all right, you could buy Bitcoin, but is $100 really going to be enough? So like, let's say I buy $100 of Bitcoin right now at this price. This price will have to double in order for me to make profit, if that makes sense. It will literally have to double for me to make double my investment. So if I put $100 at this amount, it will have to go to what, 128,000 in order for me to flip it to 200. So that's why I'm saying the Solana play is going to be a lot more feasible because it's lower. You're going to be able to buy more coins. So now, let's say if I buy $100 in Solana and it goes up to 1,000, it's going to be worth $1,000 type of vibe. So that's basically what I'm looking at. So if you want to look at basically something that's called market structure, very important. So when it comes to trading, market structure is very important. So if you can see from this big time frame, all right, as you can see, the market never just completely goes up forever, or down forever. If that was the case, then something would essentially be wrong, right, with the economy. The world would basically be cooked, right? So essentially what's going to happen, how the market moves, it moves in waves. So let's say this is one wave, and now it needs a breather. Boom. But now it's going to make another wave to go higher. Boom. Then now it's going to come back down for another breather. And now it's going to make another wave up. All right. So now basically what this is an uptrend in the market. All right. So just to show you, give you an idea of an uptrend, what this is, you can see It's going straight up, right? Straight up. So now, just to show you an example, you can see this right here. Up, comes back, breather. Up, boom. Coming back to take breathers, goes even higher. Up, like this. So you can see, right, Bitcoin just going up. But now, essentially what happened, after Bitcoin was going up and making this uptrend, what's going to happen? On a massive scale, it has to have a breather. So now, essentially, what starts happening? It starts dropping. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So even if it goes here, and then let's say it drops from here, and then it's going to keep going like this. It's not just going to keep going all the way down. It's going to slowly walk its way down, walk its way down, walk its way down, walk its way down. So basically right now, I have Bitcoin going to about anywhere from 40 to 30,000. Okay? And we're going to put that. Bitcoin. I believe Bitcoin will go to 40 I believe Bitcoin will go to 40 to 30,000. I believe Bitcoin will go to 30, 40,000. Here's why. All right. Here is my theory. Here's my prediction. All right. Here's why. All right. So basically when it comes to Bitcoin, I actually missed a few waves on Bitcoin. I missed when Bitcoin was at like 7,000. I seen Bitcoin when it was at like $900 before. But just for me not having the information and knowing exactly what it was capable of, I missed out on a lot of opportunities when it came to actually investing into Bitcoin in the long term. Like I said, I've seen it at like $800 back in like 2016, 2017, 2018, around there. And I missed a few couple waves due to, honestly, one, not having the knowledge. This is why I'm doing this right now, trying to help people. And also, two, not having the money. So what I was able to do is I was able to actually learn how to start day trading. Okay, day trading. And essentially what you want to do is, and I'm giving you guys a whole plan for before I give you this Bitcoin analysis, and I'm gonna explain why, right? So, but I'm gonna give you guys the whole plan of what you want to do. So first thing you want to do is you want to work, right? Two, save money to put into trading account, right? Put money, trading account, right? Three, make money day trading, right? So now after you become profitable, make money day trading, the fourth thing you want to do, recycle, take some day trading money, take some day trading money and invest into crypto or cryptos, or if you're like, are you afraid of cryptos, whatever the case may be, you want to go more long-term stocks. So for right now, me personally, I don't invest into stocks. I just strictly trade currencies. But I want to actually invest into stocks more for a long term. So like when I'm like, if I start investing now, by the time I'm like 40, 45, 50, you feel me? And I have kids or whatever the case may be, right? I'll literally have a whole stock portfolio that they'll be able to leverage, right? See some day, and then after that, so now after you do that, you want to take some profit, take some day trading profit to start a business that can generate residual income. So basically, residual income, if you guys don't know what it is, residual income is money that you're making no matter what you're doing, no matter if you're eating, sleeping, using a bathroom, whatever the case may be. And trading is kind of like residual income, but trading, it does take effort, right? It does take, some type of effort in learning and all those other things, managing the trades. And you don't really have to be on it like that, but it does take some type of effort to learn and things like that. But then you want to basically start a business to generate income and create a system where you can make money and you don't have to be there, right? So what you want to do is you want to work, save up money from your job every week or every 2 weeks to put into your trading account, like basically create a budget. So whether if you got to stop doing certain things, whatever the case may be, boom, learn trading, make money, put it all back into there. And then now in the long run, you're going to basically live the life you want, right? So that's just one play, right, that I recommend. But now I'm going to basically go with why I believe Bitcoin will go to 40 to 30,000, right? Bitcoin will go from 30 to 40,000, right? So as you can see, Bitcoin, like I said, was making its way up, was going down, right? So my analysis on why Bitcoin will go up and will come down to around these areas right here, right? Around these areas right here. So we have Bitcoin. If we go all the way back, this is January 2018, all right? January 2018. You can see Bitcoin back then, right? It made its way up. And then, like I said, the market, it moves in waves, right? It moves in waves. So now after it made this move up, it made this pullback, all right? It made this pullback. So now let's see the percentage and how far this pullback actually happened, okay? So anywhere from around 80 to 85%, all right? So the first pullback, we got this pullback right here. I'm gonna put 80 to 85%. So for this first Bitcoin pullback, and basically what I'm going over right now is not essentially day trading. This is what I'm looking for in the long term. So like if you want to invest into Bitcoin long term, and then after I'm going to go over Solana, which is going to be a lot more cheaper. Like I said, right now, if you want to buy a whole Bitcoin, it will be $64K for one Bitcoin, which is essentially right now could seem like a lot, but Bitcoin could go to hundreds of thousands, and then 64,000 might not seem like a lot. Just like how when it was at 17,000, people thought it was a lot. When it was at 60,000, they thought it was a lot. It went all the way up to 125. So yeah. So that pullback that we got, this pullback that we got right here, pullback 80 to 85%, right? So now after that pullback, the next expansion up of this wave was about 2,400%, right? So the next expansion, around 2,400%. All right, which is this move right here. Cool. So now the next pullback, because as I said before, the market, it moves in waves. It's not just going to keep going up forever. So basically, by the time Bitcoin be at these all-time highs, like, yo, and everybody sees it posted on Instagram, social media, Twitter, whatever the case may be, by the time it's up here, the people that were bought down here, by the time it gets up here and people start buying it and seeing it, bro, they start selling. Then now everybody that bought up here and at these tops and all these areas up here are now stuck. All their positions are stuck. While the people who bought down here are now taking profit up here, which is why the market's starting to go down. So now as they're taking profit, the market's starting to go down. Why? Because they're taking profit, taking money out the market. And while it's going down, they're taking money out the market, they're buying back at lower prices to take it for the next expansion up. So while these pullbacks and stuff like that is happening, the people that bought down here or even down here when it first started, when Bitcoin bought down here even first started, now they're selling, and the price is going down. Then now, what they're doing is they're buying it now at a lower price. So think about it. By the time it's up here, people that are buying it, they're seeing it on social media, Instagram, all these different types of things, and they're buying it. Yo, Bitcoin has 60,000. Let me buy. No, it's not just gonna keep going up forever. It has to come back down. So everybody that was buying at 60,000, and this went all the way back down to 15,000, right? But now for this, right? Boom, boom, right? So this expansion, 2,400%. This pullback, 80 to 85%. So now for the next pullback, and like I said, y'all, I've missed Bitcoin a lot. Like, y'all don't understand. Like I missed it at like 17,000, but I didn't really have the capital at that time. I was literally just starting learning trading, and stuff like that. Still trying to get to the flow of things. Still learning, trying to find a strategy. Back in 2017, I used to travel to a Bitcoin machine where you was only able to buy Bitcoin through a Bitcoin machine, but I was using it for different reasons, right? And no one really told me that, yo, this could potentially go up. I didn't know about crypto. I just seen a machine in my store, my block, and I just went from there, bro. Luckily, I went to school and people were learning about stuff like that there, and I learned from there. But yeah, so basically, now for this pullback right here, if we start from the top to the bottom, this is about 77%, right? So we're going to go, let's say 77 to 80%. So 77 to 80% pullback. So we got 77 to 80% pullback on this one for gold. Boom. So you can see this one was 80 to 85, 77. Boom. All right. So now the next expansion after it made this retracement, this pullback, right, which is this move right here. Let's see. what was this percentage? Right? This was 11,000%. So that's 11,000% for the next extension. So we're gonna have 11,000%. Let me see expansion. Really got years into this. Not for real, bro. Bro, I really studied this shit for, bro, you don't understand, man. I made a good amount. I lost a good amount, bro. I really went in pain learning how to trade, bro. But the thing is, when it came to trading, I like seen the value of it. So like, I just think it's the athlete in me that no matter what, if I see the value in something, I'm not gonna quit. So like, bro, before I really actually started making money, like I was down like a lot. Like there was times where I used to be like up, now I'll be down, and then like when I was younger, it was cool because nigga I was still in school, whatever. But as you get older, you just really gotta lock in and be like, bro, if I really want to make this like a career and like really want to do this and make money to do the things I want to have freedom and all that other stuff, I just had to really focus, bro. And it took me a while. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm still learning every day, bro. But yeah. So now this expansion right here, retracement, expansion, that went up 1100%. So now, as you can see, the market went up. So as I told you guys, it's not gonna go up forever. So now what happens? You can see it's trying to make a pullback, but now it's like, all right, in this retracement, where will it stop? Okay, right? It could stop here. Needless to say, it could just stop here and just take off, right? It could do something like that. It could go lower. It could go right here. It could go here. It could go even lower than what I expected. We don't know, right? But the only thing we could do is basically make a high probability, right? Based off, this is what trading is. It's probability. It's not guessing. It's not gambling. It's probability. A lot of people might say it's the same thing, but if it was the same thing, they would teach us gambling in school. They don't. They teach us probability and shit like that, economics and all that. So, yeah. So basically, let's see what this extension down here can give us, right? But let's measure how far this extension has went so far. So you can see this first one right here, not essentially the first one. There are smaller ones down within here. I'm just on a weekly time frame. I'm just showing you guys from a larger macro scale. So this is 80%, 77 to 80%, right? Now let's see what percentage are we at right now when it comes to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin went as low as 53%. So right now, where it's at right now, it's at 48. So there's this saying that people like to say, right, is that history likes to repeat itself. So hey, if history likes to repeat itself and we have a retracement of around 80% here, around 77 to 80% here, needless to say, why can't we go down another 77 to 80%? Why can't we? Right? And let me really be like, I'm really in particular, right? I need 77% on the dot. Because when it get down here, I want to really be interested. So like even right here, I'm interested. So this tool right here is called a Fibonacci tool. I'll explain that to you guys. Also if y'all want me to, but I know for sure it's coming to here. It has to. 40,000, around 40. That's what I'm saying. 40 to 30,000. What'd you say? In a little bit, okay? Okay. All right, so 40 to 30,000. Right? Sorry about that. So cool, right? So I know it's gonna go here. It should go to at least here. But let's go to 77%. Let's see what 77% is at. Let me start. Well, let me start from the. Let me start from the top. Yeah. Top. 77. Let's see. All right. So this is why we going day trade, right? You want to day trade. So now you can take some of your profits and invested it into crypto, right? For long term crypto stocks, whatever the case may be. Like I said, I'm not. I don't invest into stocks. I know some of my friends who do. I'm actually going to start getting into stocks, but I just be trading currency. So let's say 77%. So if you look where I have this white line, it's about, right, 77 to 80%, right? So, right, this current retracement, we're going to look for what? 77, let's say even 77 to 85%. Question mark? Question mark? So even if I put this right here, 77%. So even I could put, so just so I know. Look, boom, 77%. So I know to come down here this line, yo, you might see a reaction. Might see something. Look, 77% right here. For this, 77 to 85. Right? Question mark? Question mark? Can it? All right, so now where could it go? Let's say hypothetically this does play out. Let's say hypothetically this does play out. Right? And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I don't own any Bitcoin right now. I don't. The thing is, like I said before, a lot of people will cap and say, yo, I own Bitcoin, da da da. No, I don't own any in a portfolio, none of that shit. But the thing is, I'm trying to set myself up because of how much times I missed the plays, if that makes sense. So like I missed the plays down here. Why? Because I didn't know. Like I didn't have no education. Like so how I'm going over stuff with you guys, like I didn't have a mentor, I didn't even know about trading like that. I didn't even know what a Bitcoin or crypto was around this here. Look, 2017, I was in college. I used to travel from Connecticut to New York to put money in a Bitcoin machine. Look, and look at this. Look how small, like, look at this. You can't even see the candles. You can't even see the candles, right? So I missed this wave. Boom. Right? So now coming down here, 2018 is where I find out about trading. When I first learned about 2018. But I don't know about Bitcoin. Like, I don't know. Like, I still don't know. I just heard of it. I don't know, like, yo, put money. But even still, 2018, I'm probably like a sophomore, junior in college, and I'm not working. You feel me? I'm getting my stipends and refund checks and stuff like that. But as I start getting those, that's when I start thinking like, yo, how can I learn how to flip this money basically legally around this time? But I still didn't have nobody to say like, yo, buy some Bitcoin and look where it's at. At this time, it's around 3,000. Before in 2017, around there, around 1,000 and stuff like that. So I didn't have nobody to tell me. So now, boom, I missed this wave, right? So even right here during COVID, right, throughout this whole entire time, right, I'm figuring things out. I'm still in school. I'm trying to learn, right? It's a process to learn about this, right? So now COVID comes, right? COVID comes, And at the time, right, real life problems happen. I did have money here. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Right here, at this time during COVID, March, no cap, I'm not even gonna lie, I probably had about $8,000. But Bitcoin was at 8,000. But I only had 8,000 to my name. So I'm like, yo, am I gonna put the whole 8,000, right? So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm still learning. Like, I'm like, yo, I don't really know. Like, I wasn't really messing with Bitcoin. I'm really trying to learn about currencies. So I'm like, yo, do I just put my whole 8 bands? And then look what happened, right? It went up to it went up to 60,000. So basically, if I would have bought it when it was at 8,000, when I had 8 bands and went up to 60,000, right? Do the math, I probably made like what, 52 bands, 52 bands, right? Oh, think about it. I seen it here. I seen it here. But this one, I can't blame myself for these two right here, right? It just, I didn't have the information. And then right here, I didn't have the money. Because I'm literally just in school and I'm still trying to learn trading and stuff. But right here, 2020, which is 2 years later, I start picking it up, right? I start getting a little bread. Had about like 8 to 10,000 during COVID. I'm like, yo, do I just risk my whole life savings, right? Mind you, I'm about to graduate. So it's like, yo, it might be time to work. Or it's like, yo, figure this shit the fuck out, right? So it's like, yo, do I put my whole 8K in here? But I'm about to graduate. If I lose this shit, I'm gonna have to work, right? So I missed this. So that right there, my fault. Literally my fault. Right? What was it? Around 8,000. Yup, it was literally like right here. Missed those. Right? So now we come down to here. 2022, right? Where was I in 2022? Now it's at 15,000. So now 2 years later, COVID didn't happen. I done graduated. I done lost money trading, made money trading throughout these years, right? Never really been able to basically be consistent. Like, I'll dead have times where it's like, yo, throughout these years, bro, I'll be up 10K, and then I'll be back down, and then I'll be up 20, then I'll be back down to 10, then I'll be up back to 20, and then I'll be back down to 5. I'll be back to 10, then I'll be back down to 1. Then I'll be back to 10. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm going through this process, but now as you become a grown man and you start to have a family, right? Trying to help your family out back home, right? My mom's all that, bro. I don't got time to keep jumping. So this is why I had to find consistency in making all you need for trading is $500 to $1,000 a day. Literally $500 to $1,000 a day will change your life, man. No cap. Like, and it might not seem like a lot, but when it comes to compounding, it is like no cap. I'm telling you, I compounded. Like, once I really switched to this mindset instead of how I was telling you I was going from 1,000 to 10,000, like I was trying to flip. Like, I'm still thinking like you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the towns. Like, I'm still thinking. I'm not thinking like, yo, you need to be a professional. Like, I'm thinking like, yo, I need to come up. Cause that's basically like, feel me? Where I come from, bro. You need to come up and get the fuck up out of here. So all you need is 500 to 100 a day, right? So now, what can basically be the next extension for Bitcoin, right? What could be the next extension? If this so-called does play out, right? Think about it. We had a 2,400 extension. We had 11,000. Let's say, all right, from here it goes 11,000 at least. Let's say if it goes 11,000, right, for this next, let's say at least. right? Because usually the next waves up are kind of like, if not the same equivalent to the previous one, or even much larger. So you can see like this was 2,400%, and then this was 1,100%. So this basically like 3x'd it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna at least go the 2,400%, but it could possibly go higher. So I believe it's gonna at least go 1,100%. So if you could maybe 130, and now think about it, this extension, this 2,400% extension and 11,000 extension, it 3x. So let's say, hey, maybe this next extension, right? We got, let's say, all right, 1,100. Right? Let's say that's the 1,100 extension, right? Minimum. But let's say, just like how this was 2,400 and then this went up 1,100, let's say this goes up another 1,100% from this area, right? Around 30, 40,000. Let's say it 3x's, which is what? 3,300%. Let's see. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see what it could be. All right. Let's say, needless to say, go up for the next one. Right? 200s maybe. And even still, let me see. For this extension, it was actually what? It's actually 720. I looked at the wrong number. So I was looking at this, bro. It's actually this right here, 720. So I'm gonna actually edit that real quick. 720. Right? I got y'all. 720. I was looking at the wrong one. Moving too fast. Right? 720. Alright, let's say this one right here. That's what I'm saying. This was 2,000, 2,400%. Boom. Boom. Let's see. If this does the same thing, you clone it, and it at least goes the same amount, you can see, might even go 3x more. Like this is, I think this is what's gonna happen with crypto, man. No cap. Like I really think it. Like look at the percentage. Retracement. Can it retrace the same amount? Right? And make the next extension up. Literally. Like I said before, I missed Bitcoin when it was down here. I missed it right here because I didn't know nothing about crypto. I just seen a machine on my block, literally in my hood, no cap. And literally, I just learned how to do other things with it, right? Feel me? If you know, you know. But no, I didn't have nobody to tell me like, yo, bro, stop what you're doing and just let the money sit. Like I seen it at like 1,000, whatever the case may be, right? So now when it made this retracement right here, this is where I first started learning about investing and trading. Boom, missed it. Right here, I had 8,000 to my name. So I was honestly, I would say scared, bro, scared, not knowing what was gonna happen if I did put money into it because it was all I had. This right here, I just had graduated, and it was at like what? Like I said, I was going up and down, up and down, up and down. Missed that wave. So now, this wave right here, boom.